they will not affect the children.
Okay.
If you look at now, we don't have cases of smallpox again. It was eradicated as a result of immunization. Even polio, Nigeria has a certified polio free. So there are still pockets of polio and there that makes us to be doing supplemental immunization activities from time to time. But it is not as it was when we have not started mass vaccination that we used to do. Okay. So immunization is very, very important for our children, even for adults, because there are some vaccines that are for adults, there are some vaccines that are for children. Any one you are eligible for, please, it is better and it's advisable that you take this vaccine, because they say prevention is better than cure. So what vaccine is doing is that it prevents all these preventable diseases from attacking either our children or adults.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma, for that. And many times we hear people say that they immunized or they vaccinated their child against a certain illness, and the child still came down with that illness. Can you please highlight some of the causes of these things for us? If a person is immunized or vaccinated, does it mean they cannot come down with that illness again?
At times, it's just a little percentage of the children that will still come down with that particular sickness. But the effect will not be as much as it should have been if the child was not vaccinated. Okay. Let's just take measles as an example. When there's an outbreak of measles somewhere, those children that are vaccinated, that have taken their vaccine, they may have like mild fever or maybe small, or maybe rashes around. It will not be as serious as those ones that have not taken vaccine at all, that may lead to even blindness or death. That what I'm assuring you, that any child that has been vaccinated, even if that child comes down with that sickness, it will be minor. Okay. It won't be as serious as when the child has not been vaccinated. Okay. So it is good to take the vaccine. Immunity level is not the same thing. Okay. Some have a great immunity that once they die, but some the immunity are very low because of other factors like nutrition, what that person did, the environment the person is staying. All those are the factors that will make the child to still come down. But I'm assuring you, it is not as deadly. It won't be deadly. It will just be mild. Okay. That after some time it will go away and the child will regain his or herself.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Ume, for availing us the opportunity and also lending us your insights right here on the show. We thank you very much. Now, if you would...
Thank you very much.
Yes, please, there is a clarification, and I think it's very important that we bring that to the limelight. Do vaccines actually contain any harmful ingredients?
Any hazardous ingredients?
Yes.
No. It's just the rumor people are taking around. There's no vaccine that can contain any hazardous ingredients. No. Okay. Before this vaccine comes out, it has to be certified by NAFDAC. Okay. And we, in government health facilities, any vaccine that you are giving, you have to check the expiring date, the batch number. All those things have to be complete before you give out that vaccine. And stages that vaccine will be before you can be able to use it. Okay. We have 4 stages: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Those are the stages you can find vaccine. So it is advisable that once the vaccine you can use are those ones that are in stage 1 and stage 2. The once it moves to stage 3 or stage 4, you cannot use it, you discard it. And that is what we do in all government health facilities.
Okay.
And we don't even allow you to get to that. So it doesn't have any hazardous ingredient. Yes. Right. No. Those ones are just myths and misconception.
Okay, so before we go on about vaccinations, I hear that there are various types of immunizations. Can you just help us highlight some of these types of immunizations? And then, of course, I did hear also that in someone's lifetime, in a child's maybe lifetime, they have to take about 12 kinds of vaccinations or immunizations, I beg your pardon. Can you just help us clarify that and, give us more information?
Yes, for now, for a child, we now have a child that you gave birth to. There are a series of vaccines the child needs to take from now that you give birth to that child. So the child is about 23 months.
Okay.
First of all, when you give birth to that child, it's expected that the child will take the first dose of vaccine, which is BCG, what we call BCG, hepatitis B, and oral polio vaccine. Yeah. So when you take that vaccine, after 6 weeks, when the child is 6 weeks, you now bring the child again for another set of vaccine. Then when the child is 10 weeks, the child comes, you bring the child again. When the child is 14 weeks, you bring the child again. That is the third time.
Okay.
Then when the child is 6 months, you bring the child. When the child is 9 months, you can bring the child for measles and yellow fever. For these 6 weeks, 10 weeks, and 14 weeks, the child will be taking penta vaccine, PCV, IPV. There are lots of that. It's like some women will bring their children, they'll be crying because you have at times they will have like 3 or 4 injections to take at a particular at this 6, 10, and 14 weeks. Then when the child is 9 months, you come and take measles and yellow fever. At 12 months, you come back again for vitamin A.
Okay.
Then at 15 months, the child will come for the second dose of measles. Now we've introduced in 2023, I think, we introduced second dose of measles as the child will take at 15 months. Then after that, the child at least at that age has completed. Then at 9 years now, the girl child will come and take human papilloma virus vaccine. So those are the stages of vaccine that the child needs to take.
Okay. All right.
But the child under 2 years needs to, once you take your measles at 15 months, you've completed your immunization at that stage until the child needs to 9 years. Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, let's move on to the safety net of this each part of the immunization process. What are some of those safety, or would I say some of those other side effects that one might experience if they go through the process of immunization, whether a child or even vaccine for adults?
Okay, some of the side effects that the child may experience.
Yes.
Okay, just like you as an adult, they give you malaria injection. I think the site will be painful where they choose the needle. So that is one of the sites. There may be pain at the site of injection, which we don't expect that you rub and rub and rub. Just that. Then the body may be hot. That shows that something has been introduced into the child's body.
Yeah.
The body may be hot. Then once this happens, like maybe after that, then we advise parents they shouldn't give child. Some people, when they are coming for immunization, they will give the child paracetamol before they take the vaccine. So you are inhibiting the work of the vaccine. Allow the child to take that vaccine. If the temperature is hot, then you can simply sponge the body. But if by the following day the body continues to be hot, you can now give paracetamol. You don't expect you to give paracetamol that same day you take the vaccine. It is not good. So the body may be hot, and after some time it will go. But if it continues, you can now come back to the health facility and report. Maybe there may be some underlying illness that the child is going through before the vaccine is given. So maybe at the giving of that vaccine, it may introduce, reawaken that. But it is not always it is not always like that.
Okay.
The body may be hot for that day. The following day, the child will regain him or herself. And at times, throughout the night, that's what really scares some women away. At 6 weeks, when they take the penta, at times throughout the night, the baby will be crying, restless. So some women, out of fear, will not like to come back again. No. We normally advise the health workers, tell them these are the things they will experience when the child takes this vaccine, so that when it starts happening, they will know that, yes, the nurse told me that it will happen.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for letting us know these things, because I know that particular one where the child cries throughout the night, a lot of parents are unsteady or unstable because of the reactions of that child. So it's good to know that it's a normal process that the child needs to go through. Yes. So the next question will be asking.
Body, so the body needs to react. Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much. The next
question.
For
BCG, when you take it at the site, there may be something like a wound.
Yes, I think most people have.
So that is why you have care in everybody's any person that takes the vaccine, you must see a scar in the child's body.
Mrs. Ume, I don't have a scar. Does that mean they didn't give it to me? Must you have a scar when you take it?
Very well. Yeah, there must be scar. When there is no scar, you touch that place, you still lump. Just go back and look at any child. If there is no scar, you feel that place, you see something like lump inside. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
But if there is no scar and there is no lump, we expect if the child is able to revaccinate again.
Oh, it's possible to revaccinate.
Yes, if it doesn't show
Okay.
They're not like adults like me and you.
I was going to go to my healthcare provider now.
No.
Thank you.
So what actually causes that scar? Is it the size of the needle or the syringe? What exactly?
No, it's just how the vaccine works. That's how the vaccine works.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thank you. Next question we'll be asking will be about pregnant women, because we have some of these misconceptions as well that says, pregnant women cannot be vaccinated. They cannot take anything that goes into the body of a pregnant woman is dangerous. So can we hear what your take is about this?
Yes, for the pregnant woman, she has her own vaccine. Okay. We call it tetanus diphtheria.
Okay.
It's a yes. We even advise women of childbearing age, once you're up to 15 years to 45 years, to go ahead and take that vaccine, whether you're pregnant or not. There's some women wait until they become pregnant before they can go and take that vaccine. And once you take the first dose, the healthcare worker will tell you the next time you're supposed to take to complete your vaccination. I think you're supposed to take that TB up to 5 times in your lifetime. There's some people will not follow it as it is. Once they give birth, they drop until when they, even if it is after 2 years, they become pregnant again. They will start all over again. So there's vaccine for pregnant women. We call it tetanus diphtheria, TB.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Okay. Now, there are some misconceptions, as you tried to give hints to some of the myths about vaccination or immunization, so to say. What do you think are some of those misconceptions, myths that must be clarified so that people would know that there is nothing wrong with getting immunized?
Yes, there are a lot of misconceptions going on, especially when we introduce HPV vaccine for girls, 9 years to 14 years. So some of them are worried, why is it only to girls? Why to young girls? Why are they not giving to boys? Without knowing that boys don't suffer from cervical cancer. So they may be the one to transmit it. Don't suffer from cervical cancer, it is the girls. And this is the vaccine that will protect them against having this cervical cancer. We all know how cancer is ravaging the whole world now.
Yes.
The way cancer is going. If you have not seen, you might have had somebody that died of cancer. And once it is detected, that it has confirmed that it is cancer, it is only by the grace of God that the person will be healed. At least I know about 80% normally die out of it. So the only protection is to get this vaccine. Forget about rumor going around that they want to depopulate Nigeria. I wonder how a country will bring somebody that will depopulate. If they depopulate in the next 20-30 years, there is nobody in Nigeria, what will happen? So it's rumor.
It's rumors.
It's rumor. There's nothing bad about the vaccine. And this vaccine, it's not even new. It's just because Nigeria introduced it into routine immunization. Rich people that have money, some people fly abroad then to get this vaccine for their girl child. Some go to big hospital and pay as much as 50,000 naira for a dose of this vaccine.
So quickly.
It's now that, yes, go to all these big hospitals, even in this Abuja, and ask them how much they're giving HPV vaccine. They will tell you.
One other thing about these HPV vaccines, one of the misconceptions we've heard is it's only for girls that are sexually active. Is this true?
That are sexually active?
Yes.
No. Why? No, it's not that are not sexually active. Because this virus, you believe that it comes through, you contact it through sexual intercourse. That the boys may have this virus in them, but it doesn't disturb them, doesn't do anything to them. But when they come in contact with a young girl, they deposit this virus in them, and the virus will begin to multiply and cause this cervical cancer. So it is assumed that a girl of 9 to 14 years, in quotes, if I may use that word, is not yet sexually active. Because if you have contacted the virus, the cervical cancer, the vaccine will not cure it. The vaccine doesn't cure cancer, but it protects you from getting cervical cancer. Do you understand? So that is why this vaccine is being given to girls 9 to 14 years. And after this year, by next year, it will not become routine. It has become routinized already. But we are giving grace to December to be giving it to girls up to 14 years. After this year, it will be given to only girls of 9 years old. If you are more than 9, we won't give you the vaccine again. So this period is just like a campaign period that people should use the opportunity. If you are past 9 years, but you are still within 14 years, as a girl to go and get this vaccine. By next year, it will be strictly for girls 9 years old.
9 years old.
Oh, okay, ma. All right. I know that we are talking about immunization generally, but for the fact that you've made mention of the HPV vaccine, I'm just trying to make a little research here and see what it is about. For the fact that you said it's recommended for girls, and somehow I see that it's also recommended for males as well, especially those that are not yet sexually active, just like you said. So I don't know if you could clarify on that, whether boys under the age of 15 can also take it, like from 9 to 14 years.
Yeah, in developed countries that are rich, the vaccine you can give to the boys, but because we have limited number in the country, and we now look at it and say, for boys they are not at risk, it's only girls that are at risk. That is why we decide to give to the girls.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
You understand? The boys can take the vaccine.
Okay.
So it will be better, but because they are not at risk,
yeah, okay,
and we don't have enough to go around, so we now concentrate on the population that are at risk.
all right.
That is why we are giving them.
Thank you.
And as it's assumed that these girls 9 to 14 years are not sexually active. I say in quote.
All right. Thank you
They are
so
not
much.
yet sexually active.
Thank you so much. And just for the purpose of our listener, if you're just joining us, you're still tuning to Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on. And yes, this is the Mind and Body segment. And today we have been talking about immunization and vaccinations. And we have with us Mrs. Chinyere Ume. She's a health educator from Advocacy, Communication and Social Mobilization Division of the FCT Primary Healthcare Board. Thank you so much, Ma, for joining us again.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
It's a pleasure.
Yes. So let's move a bit to social and behavioral change, especially when it comes to immunization and vaccinations. Now, I know many times at the last UNICEF workshop where they were talking about how the statistics of people that accept these vaccines, although it's increasing, but it's still low compared to what we have in other developed countries. So what has been the reception of these vaccines from Nigerians so far?
Yes, in this country, rumor flies like what will I say?
Like
and social media is not, more like wildfire. Yes, and social media is not really helping matters. So some people are still under the influence of those rumors that they had. So that is why we use various mediums. We use new media. We use our traditional and religious institutions. We use the community structure. So pass this message to them, to explain to them that this vaccine, there is no side effect with this vaccine, that it is good for the children. Some of them that have taken this vaccine and completed the vaccine, they are even giving testimonies of most of these diseases, how their children are not coming down with these diseases. Like there was a time, many children are suffering from all this cholera and the rest of them. But since we introduced the rotavirus vaccine, all those things, at least to a minimum, it has been curtailed.
Okay.
So that is why we are using every medium to sensitize people, to make sure that they allow their children to get this vaccine. Now it is still free because somebody somewhere is paying for it.
Okay.
I don't know when time comes and you see what is happening with fuel now. When they lift what do they call it?
Subsidy?
The subsidy. Or maybe some people that are paying for the vaccine refuse to pay. Some people cannot get this vaccine. So now that it is still free, let people use the opportunity and get their children vaccinated.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma. I don't know if you are done with some of the misconceptions or clarifying on some of the misconceptions that are there concerning immunization.
Hello?
Yes, Ma.
Like, do you have any other clarifications when it comes to the misconceptions about immunization and vaccinations that you would like to play on the radio?
Okay. One thing I want to say, once you hear any rumor about the vaccination, please try and find out the source of that rumor. Where is that rumor coming from? Who said it? Is it authenticated? Is it from radio? Is it from television? Is it from a reliable source? Not just what social media carry about. You have to trace the source of the rumor and know whether it is rumor. If you remember when Ebola came, how people spread the news that people should drink salt and bathe with salt. And people went ahead and used salt, and many people died as a result of that. It's not Ebola that killed them, but it's the use of salt. that they go from rumor that killed them. Please, I will want everybody to trace the source of rumor, where that rumor is, where that information. If it is forwarded message, please discard it. Or if you are still in doubt, approach your healthcare provider and ask more questions. Many people normally call, this vaccine is that, do we take this vaccine? Do we do this? If it is the one you know that it is the right one, go ahead and tell them, please take the vaccine. There's nothing wrong with that. Please, you should trace the source of every rumor before we rely on what that rumor is saying.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So finally, let's boost confidence here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how effective are vaccines and the immunizations process?
Like now, I will say it's even up to, if I won't give 100%, I can say 8.
8.
Yeah, people are really getting taking vaccine now.
Okay.
And so let me use the opportunity to also tell you that starting from 2nd of this November, that is this Saturday,
Yes.
we are going to start measles campaign.
Measles. Okay.
Yeah, we are going to immunize children 9 months to 59 months. That's under 5 years with measles vaccination, irrespective of the immunization status. The weather we are entering now, very soon that we begin to hear outbreak of measles from here and there. So we want to protect that. So from 2nd of November to around 8th of November, we'll be doing measles vaccination as usual, along with oral polio vaccine. So people should avail themselves, go to the nearest health facility and get their children under 5 years from 9 months, because we don't give measles below 9 months. So once a child is up to 9 months, she's due to start taking measles vaccination.
All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ume. Thank you for taking our time to join us today on the program. Hopefully, when the campaign for measles starts, we'll also have you here on board live in the studio.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Please enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
All right, ma'am. So yes, we have a few minutes left, and if you have any questions you'd like to ask, please do well to forward it to our social media platforms, or you can also, comment on the video. I think this program is being streamed live on Facebook and on YouTube at Eagles FM Abuja, and of course you are a click away to letting us know what your questions are, and hopefully when we get to have Mrs. Ume in the studio again, we would have her, explain more of these things that we have discussed here today. So the number remains 090735300 and 44, or 090876688 and 88. Remember, we have a WhatsApp portal number where you can redirect your questions as well on 090970544 and 50. We're talking immunization and vaccinations.
Yeah, basically, I think from the conversation that we've had with Mrs. Ume, she's just trying to let you know that, or let us know that vaccines or immunizations, so to say, are like, I would always liken them to you wearing your seatbelt, or you are putting on a helmet if you're riding a bicycle, or if you're riding a cycle, whatever it is you're cycling, or you are in your car, you're wearing your seatbelt. That seatbelt doesn't mean that you're not going to have accidents.
Exactly.
But when you have accidents, the impact is going to be minimized. So I think you just have to liken it, because sometimes when you tell people, okay, go take your vaccine or go get your child immunized, they're like, does it stop my child from? It doesn't stop, but it has a way of building immunity. And I think I remember during the COVID period where they used to say, okay, if you take the vaccine, it builds a communal immunity, because if the COVID-19 virus comes, if one person gets it, the other people are likely to shield them. Yes, they are going to shield themselves from it. So basically, it's very important that you find a way to boost your immunity, and this works with this immunization and also vaccination. Vaccines are actually a part of immunization. So as it is at the moment, I hope that we've been able to shed light on that, and also with expertise from Mrs. Ume, you've been able to understand that vaccinations are not the enemy, immunization is not the enemy either, and it's important that for you to stay safe and also protect yourself. It's very important that you arm yourself with this, and also your children, very important, because children are actually very vulnerable, and especially when we become older. And that is why you see that even during the COVID-19 and even the Ebola, they were saying that, okay, children and older people are more vulnerable to it, because your immune system begins to go down when you're becoming older, and your immune system is more vulnerable when you are a child. So that is why it's important that we continue to have these conversations and shed light on how we can continue to care for not just our minds, but of our bodies and also our general well-being as well.
All right. I think that's pretty much it. Pretty much the conversation we'll be having here today. And thank you to everyone who's a part. Remember, the conversation continues on our social media platforms, on Facebook and on YouTube at Eagles FM Abuja. Leave your messages there. Leave your questions over there. And hopefully we'll get someone to address those questions here on air. Now, we're heading out now. The next time when we'll be coming back, we'll be talking workstation. And on workstation, we get to talk about, how to level up your career and your professional well-being. Always an amazing time on that segment. Please do keep it locked in here with us, and do not touch that dial, because we will be right back.
All right, keep it tuned and keep listening.